All right.
A report on the corporate taxes. There was a lot of discussion, and there was a legal opinion provided by the Office of the Attorney General, which states that we are liable for corporate franchise taxes on membership dues of 209 through 11. Nonprofit does not mean exempted from paying taxes. Thus, our tax liability for 2009 through 11 is $250. I further request that funds for paying in the amount of $250 be authorized for payment of corporate taxes.
So you want, we need to vote on that?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion to authorize the payment of our state and.
I just did.
Pardon?
I just did. Take the motion
Okay.
to request $250 to pay the corporate franchise tax for year 2009 through 11.
Anyone second?
I'll second.
Second motion.
It's been moved and seconded that the Fort Lincoln Civic Association will pay the corporate franchise taxes years 9 through 11 in the amount of $250. All in favor? All opposed?
Here is the list of funds.
Okay, next on the agenda is the status report of first home tour, including expected number of houses to participate in the tour, the cost of the tour and reception, and expected revenue from tickets, sales, advertisement, and sponsor. Expected amount of net profit or loss. That's going to be quite, something like.
I am pleased to report that the committee on the tour of homes for Fort Lincoln met and determined to submit today, August 10th, 2013, from noon to 5 as the date of its first annual tour. It is planned that 13 clusters be asked to participate. We wish to sell 300 tickets at $20 each, which will net $6,000. Staging and community reception, we expect donations to cover that cost. The only upfront money that we would ask is $300 at this time, and that's for the delivery of the initial flyers to announce and get the permission of the 13 homes that we are requesting. So that's delivery.
So the 13 home that you confirmed, I mean, and the people said.
That is the plan that the home tour committee is submitting to the board tonight.
You have a date?
August the 10th, 2013, 8/10/13. That is a Saturday. We do plan to put in a rain date. That is being discussed, but but tonight we're asking August the 10th, 2013.
What time? When?
Noon to 5. Noon to 5 with a reception to follow.
And have to decide on the place for the reception to be
The committee continues to work to resolve our, what do we call it, timeline? Yes. And the next meeting of the home tour is January 11th. Additional information will be reported out at the January meeting.
Yeah, Friday, January the 11th, at 11:30. We need my airport.
I'm sorry.
You don't need my airport?
No,
Okay.
I was allowing information to be known that the committee has begun its work.
All right, thank you. The next item is to vote on to approve or authorize the funding for the first home tour.
I would also, excuse me, may I also state that, we need to look into event insurance on this event.
Do you have any idea how much insurance will cost?
I'm thinking a one-day, event, a one-day event would, probably be about $200. That's a guesstimate. And that's about $1 million coverage.
So we have to vote on, are we going to authorize those funds for the home tour? That was reception too, so it has to be paid for. So maybe we'll get some donations. Maybe no people donate some food.
At this time, the committee is only asking the board to authorize, $300 toward the home tour.
Is there a second?
It's been moved and seconded that the board will authorize the funding for the first home tour of Fort Lincoln. All in favor of that? All opposed?
Did it pass?
Hmm?
Did it pass?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think the camera recorded that. I don't think the camera recorded, you're saying that it passed.
So what we need to vote on it again?
No, just say that it passed.
Oh, it passed.
Okay.
So the board approved the funding of the Fort Lincoln First Home Tour. Next item is the status report on anticipated expenses and expected revenue for September 2012 to May 2012. That's Ms. Washington.
talk about the budget. And I'm so glad we have a an expert on board. I came up with a proposed list. And of items that may be proposed within this budget. As it related to income, I listed such things as advertisements, donation, website, event, and when I said event at this point, I was talking about the home tour and committee events, fundraisers and stuff that each committee may participate in. And I guesstimated with the submissions that I received that the income would be $8,800. Our expenses, we have dues for the Civic Association. We have postage. We should add something for the 10 board meetings that we have in case we may have to have some refreshments or some type of contingency. Contingency was also a line item. Miscellaneous. We have corporate fees, taxes. I thought we should have something for office supplies. We do printing and stuff from our computers at home. Oh, other stuff. I will always put down insurance. And I also put a line item for equipment.
Such
I was, as it related for, I was really thinking about the home tour when I talked about equipment. And I was thinking about the possession of the association having a cell phone. And they also have a device that you put on that you can accept credit cards. The different type of fundraisers or committees that we may have, that may be an asset for us to be able to be in a position to accept credit cards. And it's done over telephone. I know we've seen it on the televisions, this little device that you put on the phone to swipe the cards.
PayPal. That sounds like PayPal.
It is, okay, yeah, and they are very reliable.
I think another.
However, these line items have not yet come up with a definitive figure, so, and there was only one submission from committee, and it would benefit on the income side. It's not a, deduction expense. Our expenses that are our known expenses total $1,061.
There's a question, a comment.
Oh, yeah. When you mentioned the credit card process, I think there's probably about 3 or 4 sources we should probably consider for that.
Okay.
They may be cheaper PayPal, or may not, but there's just some other options. I usually find PayPal to be on the expensive side.
It is, okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Moore. I look forward to your assistance.
Just a quick
Can I suggest a legal matter that I would recommend to the board that it defer voting on the proposed budget until it has the proposed budget in its hands? Something in writing, a spreadsheet preferably, because I think it presents legal problems authorizing expenditures according to our bylaws that exceed $500 without there being a budget in place. And I've never heard of a board voting on a budget without having before it the proposed budget, just based on oral statements. I think that we're setting ourselves up for some legal problems. It's a matter of reducing what was suggested to writing, and now that we have someone who's a finance expert as well to participate in that process, who's familiar with a software program that would enable us to shoot off a spreadsheet for everybody to look at the next board meeting, I would urge that we avoid any legal problems by deferring a final vote on the budget until the January meeting.
It's been recommended that we would kind of delay our budget vote until we have more information until January 2013. All in favor of that?
Aye.
All opposed?
Question.
I think the motion should include written. Your motion was all right, but you need to include written, because that's the potential problem. We don't have anything that we're looking at, so it needs to be written.
Deferred budget proposal for written spreadsheet presented at next meeting.
I don't know about Mr. Barnes, but I'm available for a meeting any day before the 26th preferably, for that purpose. I don't think it would take us a half hour to knock out a spreadsheet. If we can hopefully do it before I have to go back to work again on the 26th. So,
If we have the numbers written down, I can knock out the spreadsheet.
okay. Are you available tomorrow or this
Say that a
weekend?
little louder. Sir, he said this weekend he can knock it out.
Yeah, if we have.
He's provided with the information. Are you available for a meeting this weekend?
Well, I can't meet this weekend, but I can have it knocked out if I had to written on a piece of paper, create a spreadsheet from it.
Why don't we just table that and make a phone call to solidify the exact time and place that we will get this done so that the board can have the information prior to the next meeting. We did already. Just have a panel.
So the next item is, vote on proposed budget for September 2012 to May 2013.
You just voted on it. You just voted to defer that to January.
Okay. So now we're down to, report from the Road and Grounds and Recreation Committee. Helen Pierce is the chairperson. And that report will include the correct use or non-use of the school swimming pool and
And there's a representative from the Department of Parks and Recreation. Would ask her to come up to the table there to deliver her report.
Good evening,
And it's-
everyone. My name is Cecilia Washington, and I am the Aquatic Assistant Program Manager for the Department of Parks and Recreation. And I'm happy to join you this evening to discuss what the status, the current status of the swimming pool at the Fairfield Marshall School. So, as it lies currently, we are in the iteration with the ADA Act, which is coming to place in 2010. The ADA has strict regards as it relates to accessibility to the pool. And so with that, they've extended the actual act going into effect until January 31st, 2013. So we have to, one, make sure that we are in ADA compliance to even open the facility. To my understanding, that has not been done. The second issue is with the proposed closure of the school. DPR does not know, being that this is a DCPS school, DPR does not know how that would operate independently from the school. And again, going back to the ADA compliance, what is the access? How would that take place? Would it be going through the school? Would the school be cut off? So, there's still a lot of questions on the plate to answer. The third thing with DPR specifically, at this point, we do have a severe staffing shortage. So for safety reasons, we could not even assign one guard here. We do go by the American Red Cross that recommends that we have at least 2 certified, an operator and a lifeguard to be at all times of operations. So I don't know if anyone has any further questions at this time. That is our stance, and we'll be working with DGS, the Department of General Services, in regard of the ADA compliance. And I will definitely be speaking to the director of the aquatics, who's been very proficient in speaking with council to provide more FTEs for staffing. And outside of that, we're just going to wait and see what happens with the ruling of the school closure.
Is it true that Providence is now ready to move? Providence Hospital?
No, ma'am, I haven't heard anything of that sort. This is DCPS's property in place. We would only staff and program it. But due to the reasons that I've stated before is why it is not open.
Is the staff shortage related to budget or qualified personnel?
Right now, a little of both. Yeah, a little of both. We have several programs in place to attract lifeguards and to train them. But yeah, it's a little of both at this point.
School closing, and I won't get the pool on, so what would it be used for? Would it be used for teaching children how to swim, or would it be more?
If we are able to operate the facility with the school closure, it would absolutely be open for all types of programming. That would learn to swim, aerobic classes, leisure swimming, as we do at all of our facilities.
It is a separate, it can be separate from the, school.
Okay, but that would be something that would have to be determined by the maintenance staff, and then the ADA requirements. Because that was one of the biggest issues when we did operate. We had a large, it was very, very mildly populated when we were open. And then the other issue was having those with disabilities coming on the deck, because there was one entry at the time, so that would have to be determined. And then they had to come through the school to utilize the elevator, and will the school be open just for that purpose of allowing the access to the pool? We would have to make those plans and determine.
So in the closing of the school shall close. Will we still be able to assist the pool? Do you have any?
I don't, not at this moment, not at this moment. We can't move forward the school's gonna do. Yes.
So, I know it used to be used for health purposes, like for the seniors.
Yes, ma'am.
So that would be something, would be good.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Has any, action for A approval been started?
No, I can follow up on that. It absolutely should have been. They have been assessing all of our facilities, being that we are not programming this facility. I don't know where we stand, but I would absolutely follow up and see where we are with that, those inspections.
What is ADA?
American with Disabilities Act.
So, do you have any idea when the decision will be made?
I do not.
If we have questions about the opening of anything that's in the pool, then we contact you.
Absolutely.
I have a number.
Yes, my number is 202 445 9470. My email is CE.
See, like that, be like that, what?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
C as in cat. I as in India. L as in love. I as in India. A as in apple. Dot Washington, spelled as the city. At dc.gov.
Yeah, if the community come together and talk about how they would like to see this building and the pool utilized,
Yes.
would that be something that they'll be able to do, like they have a gym here? Downstairs?
Gym?
Should
Well,
it-
I only handle the aquatic division, but I can absolutely let our director know if there is such a call for other services. Absolutely, we can absolutely look into it. Yes.
Yeah, so it would be a shame that it all just go to waste.
Oh, yes.
Jail, and all of that.
And please let anyone interested know the requirements to become a lifeguard. They just need to be 15 years of age and older. And we absolutely have a free conditioning program. There is a prerequisite for the Certified American Red Cross course. Anyone can contact me about the information that I provided to get people certified, trained, and employed. That is our drive. And we need to hire over 200 lifeguards for the summer operations alone. So we will have positions.
Yeah, but when that pool was open, I think some lifeguards that come, people didn't come.
Yes.
So you don't want to come to like a park and recreation?
I simply
Just
do
water,
aquatics.
Water.
My specific concentration is lifeguard training and pool operations. Those are courses that I teach for the department. Or arrange or supervise, yes.
Oh, yeah, such a lot of number of seniors, we definitely need the pool, because we need the exercise.
I totally understand that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Once we know what the final ruling is with the school, we will definitely
And
see.
the
what
old
we can
crowd,
do.
like everything,
Right.
How long has this school been closed?
the recreation part.
I want to say since 2010, since the renovations took place.
So that-
Long than that.
It's been renovated.
It's been long than that.
It's been longer than that.
It was even 2009 and 2010.
Yeah, a long time.
Long than that.
Oh.
They used to do water bowls up here.
It's been closed for 10 or 11 years.
No, it reopened. It reopened when we had renovations. I want to say 2009 or 2010 for the summer. And then due to the population that we received at that time, it was not sufficient for the staffing that we allocated here. And then we went into a shortage.
When I came up, I was told they didn't have sufficient number of lifeguards, because I'd come up.
Well, at the time, we had sufficient lifeguards.
And they didn't have the money to pay lifeguards.
We had sufficient lifeguards when it opened.
Well, outside pools, but they no pool, they said that they just had, because Harry Thomas
time, that is the case, yes. I can confirm that at this time, that is absolutely the case. Yes, sir, no.
Could there be a possible, say there is, ability, assuming that you can have access to the pool,
Mhm.
to schools and so forth, is there a possible solution, maybe have the pool open like 3 or 4 hours in the morning, or?
Oh, that's
3 or 4
always
hours
a
in the
possibility, that's
So
always a
it's
possibility.
short staff, so maybe like, the pool may be popular more in the morning time, and then maybe some other pool may be popular in the afternoon, like split.
Also, DC is charging you to use the pool.
Not DC residents, no ma'am. It's free for DC residents. They just have to prove residency, that being a photo ID each and every time that they visit any of our facilities. But if there is some type of proposal that, that the community absolutely needs, and you can say, this is just, we just wanna operate these, these amount of hours, these days of the week, that would help us greatly, to try to arrange. Again, we would have to wait and see, what the actual ruling would be. Well, I do know that they are, putting in for FY14 for more staffing across the board, for allocations for more staffing, so. Just right now, it isn't a possibility.
Well, I'm sure with this community and the CDC that we would cooperate without the trash. We would pay $10,
Yes, sir. Understand that.
And we don't have the facility open, but we can use it.
Hopefully, and the last name would work,
Washington.
Washington.
Ms. Washington?
Yes.
Under, DC Department of Parks and Recreation, you are in the area that pertains to swimming.
Swimming pools specifically, yes.
Okay, any of my concerns regarding our meeting, space up here
Mhm.
in Fort Lee, that will not come under your purview.
No. But, you can always, I can always direct wherever, if you have a question, concern, and you're not sure who, I can always direct you to the right
Well,
person.
I have a question about what in the world is going on in the cultural center, and the fact that we're not able to use that place for our meetings, and we have to scrounge around looking for a place to meet, and it's ridiculous.
The one on the hill, right?
Pardon me?
The one on the hill, right?
Yeah, it's the Hayden's Cultural Center.
And when I tried to schedule meetings there, this is what I was told, that there is not enough money to pay the staff overtime. And the times that I have used it, Miss Jennifer, I can't think of her last name.
Hamilton.
Yeah,
Yes.
she stayed for me, and I took her home.
Well, and you know what, I was gonna say, that is exactly who I would forward this
And
request
that's
to.
who I dealt with,
Yes.
trying to get, but I was told they don't have the money to pay the staff to work overtime after 6, I think.
I will absolutely
Would be
follow up
overtime.
with Ms. Hamilton in that regard, and have her respond. Mrs. Pierce, right?
Right,
Okay.
right here, she has
May I
money.
finish my
Yes, ma'am.
concerns about that?
Yes.
Because my experience has been different. I believe that any appropriate formal group of people who live here in Fort Lincoln should be able to use that place. We, for example, our condo board, we're not able to do that. We have to go to Midnight Church or someplace to have our meetings, our annual meeting. And this has been going on for years. And for someone who can push and offer a ride to somebody who works for the department in order to have a meeting up there, that's not right. I mean, if that's gonna be the policy, then spread the word to the other organizations of people so that they'll know, they might wanna get together and do that. Cause I never heard of that, cause it would never occur to me to pay out of my pocket somebody who's employed by Parks and Recreation.
I don't know the specific request. They do have operational hours. Now, if the meetings are asked for during those hours, then that is something that Ms. Hamilton could address. But I will absolutely forward these concerns to her.
I use the cultural center for alumni meeting, and we had to pay $30 an hour and $30 per person who's going to be in charge. That's what we did.
Now, how did you, is this something that you proposed to them, or is this
That was
some formal arrangement
That
that
was
they
a
had?
formal arrangement. I had to put it on, it was 33 something on 16th Street. I think they moved since then.
I've been up there.
Oh, yes.
And I've done what they asked.
1250 U Street Northwest.
Oh, that's where it is now?
Yes, ma'am. That's the headquarters of DPR.
We tried to, condominium association. Tried to have a meeting there. It's been a little over 2 years, and we called, and, I called and got information as to what was required. I went out and got a form that was given to me, completed that, and I was told to take it up on 16th Street, right across from the Meridian Church. Up there. And, I gave it to someone by the name, last name's Green, Mr. Green.
Antoine, yes.
And I gave everything to him. And it just never happened.
I do apologize for that. The process has changed. It is a much simpler process. We're not asking of anyone to report here or there. The entire process is online at www.dpr.dc.gov. Under facilities and programs, you can apply for the space that you would like to request. Someone will get back to you from the permanent office with the exact dates and fees if applicable. So I'm not certain of any, I don't know any specific person dealing with that. And I just apologize for
Well,
what took
I
place.
was dealing with everybody that I had been told to deal with.
Yes, ma'am.
We have an annual meeting, and that annual meeting is held from 6 until 8:30, 8:45.
Okay.
And that's what we would like to be able to come up here and meet. I was given by someone who was working in your department, a school over off of Franklin Street. And this man who knows nothing about DC was telling me that no, 21st and Franklin, that's a recreation.
Oh, yeah.
Right off, again.
What kind of park?
Langdon Park.
Right.
This person that I was talking to, told me that place was in walking distance for us. And we live on Banneker Drive, most of us live right in the Banneker Drive. And he's just, disputing me, telling me that that's within walking
we'll work on it, the federation, and see if they can help us, you know, get something. I mean, get that, culture center without paying a fee, after hours, cause when they close it at 5:30, that's it. I mean, they don't open it up anymore. I mean, even with the pay, that's what I was told, even if the party, yeah, even the party willing to pay.
Well, they should have opened up there on Saturday.
Well, I don't know who it is.
Cars is up there.
Party, that's what they told me, even if the party willing to pay, they wouldn't open up after 5:30.
What happened to Miss Summer?
I think that she was at another facility, but I'm not
She was
certain.
up here for years.
Right, yes. I believe she's been moved to another facility, but I can't confirm that for you this time.
And
Who's that, that day?
Yes.
She really did cover.
Move from here to there.
Oh,
Yeah, she did.
She really did cover for the department. She had to do what the department was telling her to do, so therefore, that wasn't helpful.
yes. I mean, if I could just speak, freely, the issue, and because I deal with this daily, the issue, even with those paying, if it's outside of the operational hours, you have to understand that the employees have families and obligations outside of DPR as well. So trying to find people to cover whether they're being paid overtime or not becomes very difficult. And, I can't speak again for recreational centers, but aquatic centers, we operate 7 days a week as early as 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And to go outside of that, to put that strain on my staff is, that is asking a lot. I'm not certain of all recreational hours, staying an hour over or so, but I can just speak for what I do know, and it becomes a problem, especially for lifeguards. They have to be alert. If you're telling people to work 12-hour days, that
Well,
becomes.
that's not applicable to what I'm talking about.
Well, right, yes, ma'am. But I only deal with, I can only speak for
No, that,
yes. No, but I do hear you, and I understand, and I absolutely will present this in our senior meeting, yes.
Okay. Everyone?
It's not about the swimming pool though, but it's about the buses coming to pick up the seniors.
Can I mention that the forum today was supposed to be about the swimming pool? We have a parent from the school who came to participate in discussion about the swimming pool. So could we give her an opportunity to have her views heard? And if you want to get on some other options, it's not on the agenda, that's for new business. And we can keep the meeting reasonably short and respect people's times who didn't come here to talk about other things except what's on the agenda, unless it's new business. Okay. Ms. Leslie Jones?
First, I apologize for being late. I had to pick my mom up from the airport. She just flew in, and then I thought my husband would be home sooner. I don't know if he's still home or not, but he's out playing Santa, so we were trying to, he's out buying gifts. So I left my older sons with my mother, but I didn't want to leave her with her. She's very busy. So that's why I'm just not getting here. And unfortunately, I was whatever it was you were saying about the swimming pool, so I'm coming in a little late to the conversation. But I can tell you that parents are interested in having the summer school open. My son started here in 2008. So this is his fifth school year being here, my older son did. And so at that time, the pool, I think what we were told was that there was something wrong. Between DCPS and DPR, nobody wanted to pay the fee. So that was a bunch of back and forth. Then the following year, 2009, was that the election year? Was that election year, 2009?
No.
Okay, so 2009, the pool reopened. And, no, not the presidential election, DC election, local election.
It was 7 and 9.
Right, and I remember very vividly that my son and some of his classmates got in the pool because Harry Thomas was here, and Adrian Spencer were here, and they had a little ribbon cutting, the pool was open, and they jumped in the pool, and that was it. I think the pool was open for a few weeks during the summer because the woman who worked in the office said she would go swimming in it sometimes, and then when the school year started trying to figure out what we can do about it. At the time, we had, the PE teacher had gotten certified to teach swimming and be a lifeguard. So they were able to get the pool one day, as long as he's a lifeguard. And that was it. So they haven't been able to use the pool since then. So that means basically this is my son's 4th year, he's gotten the pool 2 times. So we've been trying to figure out what we can do about that. We talked to people from the Y. There's a gentleman that I met at a meeting who was very interested in partnering with the school to use the pool. Because the closest Y obviously does not have a swimming pool. They don't have a lot of the facilities that we have here. So they were really interested in working with us for the pool. And that got stalled some kind of way. It seemed like, okay, well, they were going to do it. Then it was like, oh, wait, if they're going to come in, then maybe DPR will come in. You know, a lot of back and forth over that. But at the end of the day, we're still not able to use it. Still not able to use it. The children can't use it during the day. Residents can't use it. We live nearby. We have to go to Turkey Thicket if we want to use the pool. And there's nothing wrong with Turkey Thicket's pool, but again, there's already a pool here, and it's full of water. It gets fixed. I've seen the trucks come out to repair it. I've seen the people come out to do whatever it is that they do with the pool, and we're just unable to use it. And so it's extremely frustrating. I do know we still have at least one teacher I know who has been certified to be a lifeguard and maintain pools. We have a parent who also told me the same thing. She said she might need to get her, renew her certification, so she's already taken care of that. So it's not as if there's no one available at all who could do something. But it seems as if between DCPS, DPR, and possibly the Y, we should be able to form some type of partnership so that we can actually utilize the facility. And then additionally, I've tried to get my children signed up for swimming classes, and those things fill up. Like if the window opens at Monday at noon, the classes are full by Monday at 12:30, which tells you that there's a need for swimming classes. So having another pool available for that makes sense. Now I teach, so during the summer my schedule's open, so my older son did go to Theodore Hayes, but I mean most people don't have that flexibility. So having the pool open makes sense for that purpose. And then I tell people all the time, when you look at the statistics of African Americans drowning, and that's one of the largest causes, the greatest causes of death for young people, our kids need to learn